Hello, fellow followers, and welcome to FanZcene. And today I have for you why films from the past and physical media still matter. In today's day and age of cancel culture running amok, you never know what's going to be canceled next, which is kind of jarring and worrisome, especially to a film man like me, because I absolutely love film. I love movies, and specifically I love a lot like older movies, films from the past, from the 80s, cult films, horror films, sci-fi, action, fantasy adventures. And these films are kind of the films that I often worry about because a lot of these films tend to be where the cancel culture mob people try to focus on because they were made at a time when things were different or they have things in them that may offend them. But just because it offends them doesn't mean it offends everybody. There's an audience for everyone. And the best advice I can give these people is, like what you like, let people like what they like, and don't try to ruin it for everybody else. These films I think are very important, and they're very important to our culture because, I view film as an art. And today's films and entertainment, I don't think are so much art anymore. I think they're more profitable, consumable content, borderlining on just messaging instead of a story and character and a creativity, which I felt like these old films have. And I really wish people would go back and watch these films because there's films for everybody of all types. You can just watch these films and take for instance, if you love the Marvel Cinematic Universe, go back and watch the Universal Monster movies, which was the very first interconnected movie universe. Marvel definitely took note from that, and those films are great. And I do worry because those movies were so good and they are so influential to me because I absolutely love those movies. I grew up watching those movies, and if those get canceled, I think that would be ridiculous. They're just these great films that actually inspired so much horror movies that came after that so many people love and enjoy. And like I said, inspired the MCU and kind of what DC was trying to do. But, just go back and watch these films and enjoy them for what they are. Film, art, entertainment, character, story. I know these are still like Hollywood films, so I know there's still a little bit of messaging in them, but it was done in a way where it was thought-provoking. It was you got entertainment out of it. It wasn't just, here's our message, don't worry about the characters and the story and everything because we just want you to listen to this, or just please buy this so we can sell toys and this. There was still a little bit of that, but it just felt like it was, I don't know, it just felt like entertainment. And I really wish people would, go back and watch these films. And I think it's sad that we may lose these films because somebody doesn't like them. Like I said, the best thing I could do is if you don't like it, don't watch it. Don't run it for everybody else because everybody else has different tastes than you. And I really think these films need to be preserved and, just rewatched and enjoyed because it's a lot more entertaining than today. I really think, with everything way everything is going, that I feel like I may end up like this one day.
All those moments will be lost in time, like tears in rain.
With physical media, you can preserve some of your favorite films way better than you can with streaming or digital. I absolutely love a physical copy of a movie, a Blu-ray, a DVD, a VHS, or whatever I can find the movie on, because there's something great about holding that copy in your hands and having it, knowing you have that, and that they can't take that from you unless they physically come to your house and forcibly remove it from you. With streaming a lot of movies and stuff, there's a lot of IPs and rights issues and tons of streaming services. You never know what something you want to watch is going to be on one or then the other, or if it's going to be taken away. And once the cancel culture mob gets hold of it, be shelved indefinitely, and you'll never get to see it again. But if you have the physical copy of it, you have it. You can watch it whenever you want. I was actually at a store the other day, and I bought the complete series of Knight Rider on DVD. And, I was at the checkout, and the cashier was an older woman. She wasn't like a pop culture person like me, a nerdy guy who with all this stuff and knows about film and wants to learn about it and everything. She was just like this normal person. And she remarked to me that it was so good that I was actually buying this set on DVD because you never know what people are going to take from you next. And she said she's had to buy a lot of films that she really loved off the internet lately because she was scared that she was never going to get them again. And she mentioned that she wanted to get Drop Dead Fred before they take that from her. And that kind of struck me like, wow, this person who doesn't get into YouTube, who's an older lady and who doesn't know a lot like what I know or what I've read or what I've seen, is worried that she's going to lose films, specifically like Drop Dead Fred 2, which I had come to find out it is on the verge of cancellation, which is crazy. But I mean, that right there, that tells you why you should get a physical copy and why these films should be looked after and preserved, and to see that there's people out there that enjoy these films and they like them for what they are, and they just find entertainment in them. They're not thinking about all these different things. They're not thinking about society or what this means or what that means, or why isn't this like this or why isn't that like that, or how come it's offensive to you and not offensive to this person. They're not thinking about that. They're just enjoying their entertainment. And I really think physical media is a great thing you should support. There's so many great boutique Blu-ray services out there that specialize in preserving these films, from like cult classics, which I absolutely love, to popular films, to Oscar films actually meant something, to films like you may have never even seen or you remember watching really late at night on cable and you've never been able to find again. Trust me, you go to these boutique Blu-ray DVD sites and whatnot, you'll find it. I guarantee it. There's so many. A lot of films have already been lost. Like films from the 20s have been lost when films weren't being preserved because people didn't realize what film was at the time, so they didn't bother preserving it or saving it. They didn't think it meant something to people, which film does mean something to people. There's a nostalgia factor, there's the enjoyment factor, there's the entertainment factor, there's the cultural impact factor, there's the all-around just fun of watching a film with your friends and family. And these films shouldn't be taken from us or wasted or destroyed or lost. I mean, there's so many films that are like being lost to this day because we're letting this stuff happen again, just like it did in the 20s when we lost all those films. Films today are being lost because of movies not being transferred to DVD, Blu-ray, streaming, or people shelving movies because they don't want you to see them. Like a lot of these people that are shelving these films, besides the cancel culture mob that are making people aware of what they don't like and then deciding to say it's bad and then having it pulled, it's the executives. It's the executives of these companies that are causing these things to just be shelved and put away because they don't want you to see them because of some maybe a little uproar. Which is ridiculous. So I say you go out there, support these films. Go back and watch some old films from the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, because they're so good. They're so entertaining. Buy you some physical copies of these films. That way you have it forever. Go out there and try to find that film that you remember seeing, with your family, with your friends, with a girlfriend, with a boyfriend, or somebody, in a theater late at night, which you haven't been able to find since. Go search for it. Go buy a physical copy of it. Preserve these. And just have a good fun time. That's all I can say. And please subscribe to my channel. Please hit that bell for notifications. Please like this video, share this video out for everybody to see. And as I go, I leave you all with this.
We all have these really oddball tastes, and we should all understand that while I might like Chopping Mall, I could definitely understand why you wouldn't like Chopping Mall. Just love what you love, man.
the classics are decided upon by the masses, and we've sort of, it's cool to watch these movies that we liked at the time get this critical reassessment after a number of years, and to see what gets sort of like decided as canon. There's a real dilemma right now in terms of what I've been calling the digital divide. Stuff was on VHS in the 80s, and if it didn't make the leap to DVD, then the odds are that much less that it's going to make the leap to Blu-ray, and now the odds are even much less that somebody's going to like sell that transfer streaming rights somewhere. And there is stuff that has vanished almost. It's film history. We talk about how the silent film era, how 75 or 80% of the films are all gone. We're like, oh, how can that happen? But we're letting it happen again.